Hello everyone. Myself Ayan Makabi, Assistant Professor, Triple Department SKSMA CET Lakshmi Show. In this video, I'm going to discuss about unsymmetrical faults. Fault is nothing but an abnormal current that flows through circuit elements in a power system. Fault can be classified into two categories. First one, symmetrical fault. Second one, unsymmetrical fault. If fault impact appears across all three phases of a three-phase system, then that type of fault is called as symmetrical fault. If fault impact is in between line to ground and line to line, then that type of fault is called as unsymmetrical fault. Unsymmetrical faults are basically categorized into two types, namely shunt type faults, second one series type faults. Shunt type faults involves short circuit between conductors or between the conductors and ground. They are characterized by an increase in current, fall in voltage and frequency in the faulted phase. Shunt type faults are again classified into three groups. First one, single line to ground fault. Second one, line to line fault. Third one, double line to ground fault. Now we'll discuss about the series type faults. When one or two lines in a three-phase system get opened while other lines or line remain intact, such type faults are called as series type faults. Again, series type faults are classified into two groups. First one conductor open fault. Second one, two conductor open fault. It can be observed that three-phase faults has the maximum severity, though its occurrence is infrequent. Hence, rupturing capacity of the circuit breakers are calculated on the basis of three-phase symmetrical fault. However, for relay setting, single-phase switching, and performing the system stability studies, the analysis of unsymmetrical faults are very important. Since any unsymmetrical fault causes unbalanced current to flow in the system, the method of symmetrical components is very useful in an analysis to determine currents and voltages in all parts of the system after the occurrence of the fault. Also, the sequence network of the system will come quite handy in this process. First, we shall discuss fault at the terminals of the unloaded synchronous generator. Then we shall consider the faults on power system by applying Thevenin's theorem, which allows us to find currents in a fault by replacing the entire system by a single generator and series impedances. Before beginning with the actual list of the different types of faults, let us understand the calculation of the fault in a synchronous generator. Now I'll consider one synchronous generator of star connected network with ungrounded system. Here fault occurred at A phase. The fault may be unsymmetrical one, but to the left of the point here, F, the system is completely symmetrical. Hence, in such system, currents of a given sequence produce voltage drop of the same sequence only. The sequence impedance are uncoupled. Since the generator's balanced voltage only, the following equations are applicable to a synchronous generator even during unsymmetrical fault. From this diagram, let us understand different sequence component, that is positive sequence, negative sequence, zero sequence. Here we are having VA1 equation, VA2 equation, VA0 equation, where VA1 represents the positive sequence voltage, VA2 represents negative sequence voltage, VA0 indicates zero sequence voltage. If I observe all these three equations, one thing I can understand that the positive sequence has EMF source because generator always generates the positive sequence components only. Let me take the first example type of fault, that is single line to ground fault on an unloaded generator. I'll consider a star fashion synchronous generator where fault occurred in A phase. Here I'll denote fault current as IF, and each phase represented by a source and a reactance value, and the neutral is grounded through a impedance Zn. Before beginning with the analysis, let us take the terminal conditions. These are also called as initial conditions. Since fault occurred in the A phase, hence obviously the current in the B phase as well as C phase are zero, and voltage across A phase to neutral is zero. That is VA. VA is equals to zero, IV is equals to zero, IC is equal to zero. These are initial conditions of the single line to ground fault concept. From this diagram, let us write a symmetrical component relation. Since two conditions are available regarding the line currents, it is convenient to transform them to conditions in terms of symmetrical components. Now let us write the symmetrical components. When I say symmetrical components may be with respect to voltage or with respect to current. Now let us write IA0, IA1, IA2 values. We already derived the equations of IA0, IA1, IA2 in the second model. IA0 is equal to 1 by 3 times of IA plus IB plus IC. Since in this case IB and IC are 0, hence I'll get IA0 as 1 by 3 times of IA. Similarly, IA1 is 1 by 3 times of IA and IA2 is 1 by 3 times of IA. So therefore, IA1 is equals to IA2 is equals to IA0, that's equals to 1 by IA, where IA is phase current in A phase. Now let us write the terminal conditions of voltage. Since we know that VA is equals to 0, the analysis of phase voltage can be done through a sequence component, that is VA0, VA1, VA2. Therefore, we know that VA is equals to VA0 plus VA1 plus VA2, that's equals to VA0. Once I am able to find out symmetrical components, now we need to interconnect all these three symmetrical components to get the sequence network. This is positive symmetrical component, negative symmetrical components, symmetrical component. So here I combined all these three sequence components. From this, I can write the sequence quantity. Since the post sequence is connected to negative sequence in a series combination, similarly the negative sequence is connected to zero sequence in a series fashion. Hence, IA1 is equals to IA2 is equals to I0. That's equals to EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. So these are the sequence components of the current: IA1 positive sequence, IA2 negative sequence, I0 zero sequence. Similarly, I need to write VA1 value, VA2 value, VA0 value. VA1 is nothing but voltage across positive sequence combination. By applying your KVL, I can write VA1 value. The source is equals to sum of source is equals to sum of drops. VA1 is equals to EA1 minus IA1 Z1, where Z1 is the equivalent impedance of the network. Hence, I can write VA1 is equals to EA1 minus IA1 Z1. EA minus Z1 is nothing but Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0, since it's in a series combination. So finally, VA1 value becomes E into Z2 plus Z0 divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0, where Z1 is positive sequence impedance, Z2 is negative sequence impedance, Z0 is zero sequence impedance. Similarly, VA2 value is minus IA2 into Z2, VA0 value is minus IA0 into Z0. If I see VA1, VA2, VA0 equations, I can easily say that VA1 has EMF value. That means positive sequence has voltage value. So once I am able to find out the sequence quantities and symmetrical components, now I need to write the fault current value. Since fault occurred in A phase, hence IF is equals to IA, that's equals to 3 times of IA0. So I0 is nothing but EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. So this equation holds good when your synchronous generator is grounded through an impedance Zn. If synchronous generator is not grounded, that means neutral is not present, then Zn value automatically becomes infinite, and Z0 becomes infinite. If I apply Z0 value here, I'll get IF value as 3 times of EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus infinite, that's equals to 0. Thus, it can be inferred that fault current in the system is 0 if the neutral is not grounded in the case of LZ fault. It's all about LZ fault. Now, let's move towards next type of fault, that is line-to-line fault on an ungrounded generator. Here also, I am going to consider a star fashion synchronous generator with a neutral grounding. Here fault occurred between B phase and C phase, that is B and C phase are connected, that means shorted together. There is a fault current IF flows between B and C. So for this network, let us assume the initial condition, that is terminal conditions. Since B and C phase are interconnected, shorted together, fault occurred. Hence, IA at A phase automatically becomes open. The terminal conditions are I is equals to 0, IB plus IC is equals to 0. Hence, IC is equals to minus IB. Since fault occurred between B and C phase, the voltage becomes equal, that is VB is equals to VC. For this network, let us write the sequence components, symmetrical components. Since there are two conditions regarding current analyzing the available, analyzing them is very important. First, let us analyze the current values. Later, we go for voltage values. That is, we need to find out IA0 value, IA1 value, IA2 value. So we know that IA0 is equals to 1 by 3 times of IA plus IB plus IC. Since fault occurred in B and C phases, automatically I becomes 0. I'll put 0 value for IA, and IB is equals to minus IC. Hence, IB is equals to minus IB here. Let me substitute here. I'll get IA0 is equals to 0. Similarly, I can get IA1 value. IA1 value is nothing but 1 by 3 times of IA plus A into IB plus A square into IC. This equation already derived in third model. Let me substitute IA value, IB value, IC value. So I'll get 1 by 3 times of A minus A square into IB. Similarly, I can get IA2 value as 1 by 3 times of A square minus A into IB. So IA0 is equal to 0, IA2 is equal to minus IA1. Now let us write the sequence component of the voltage. We know that VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus A into VB plus A square into VC. Since VB is equal to VC, if I substitute VB in place of VC, I'll get 1 by 3 times of VA plus A into A plus A square into VB. Therefore, and we know that A plus A square is nothing but minus 1. Hence, VA1 is nothing but 1 by 3 times of VA minus VB. Similarly, I can get VA2 value, that is 1 by 3 times of VA minus VB. Since IA0 is 0, the zero sequence terminal voltage almost becomes 0. Hence, VA0 is equals to 0. That is, therefore, from this network, I can get VA1 is equals to VA2 and VA0 is equal to 0. By these sequence components, I can write this sequence network, interconnection of sequence network. This is positive sequence network, this is negative sequence network, and this is zero sequence network. Since IA0 is equal to 0, VA0 is equal to 0, hence we need to separate this part from the other two networks. From this interconnection of sequence network, I can write the sequence quantities. If I see this first figure A, IA1 is flows exactly opposed to that IA2. Hence, IA1 is equals to minus IA2. That's equals to EA divided by Z1 plus Z2, where Z1 plus Z2 is the equal impedance of the network. And IA0 is 0, already we derived this, and VA0 is equal to 0. So once I able to find out sequence quantities, our job is to write the fault current value. Since fault occurred in the B and C phase, hence IF is equals to IB, or you can take IF is equals to IC also. And IB is nothing but IA0 plus A square IA1 plus A into IA2. Since IA0 is 0, hence let me take only IA1 value as well as IA2. After substituting everything, I'll get minus J root 3 times of IA1. If I wish to write the magnitude of the IF, I need to eliminate the complex quantity. Hence, IF is equals to root 3 times of IA1. That's equals to, I know the value of the IA1. IA1 value is nothing but EA divided by Z1 plus Z2. Let me substitute IA1 value here. I'll get root 3 times of EA divided by Z1 plus Z2. Let us take one more type of fault, that is double line to ground fault on an unloaded generator through a fault impedance. Here also I'll take the same example, a star connected synchronous generator with neutral grounding with help of the impedance ZL. Here fault occurred between two lines, that is B as well as C, but the interconnected network is grounded, that is double line to ground fault. Here fault current IF is given as IV plus IC. When two lines connected each other, automatic third line will be in an open condition to have an unsymmetrical condition, unsymmetrical fault. Here the third line, that is IA, kept open in condition, hence IA becomes 0. VB and VC are 0 because both are shorted together and grounded. These are the terminal conditions. Now let us write the symmetrical components from that diagram. That is, since there are two conditions regarding voltage are available, hence analyzing the voltage in this case, we have to do that. So we have to get VA0 value, VA1 value, VA2 value. VA0 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus VB plus VC. Since VB and VC are 0, hence VA0 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA. Similarly, VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA, and VA2 also 1 by 3 times of VA. From this equation, I can observe that VA0 is equal to VA1, that's equal to VA2. That means all sequence components, that is positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence, are equal. Coming to sequence current, since fault occurred in between B and C phase, automatically I becomes 0. We know that IA is equal to IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2, that's equal to 0. From these sequence components, let us write the sequence network. This is positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence. All are interconnected parallelly. Since all are connected parallelly, hence VA1 is equal to VA2 is equal to VA0. That's equals to the voltage across the positive sequence, that is VA1 is equal to EA minus IA1 Z1. That is EA minus IA1 Z1. And IA1 can be calculated by using your nodal analysis. IA1 is equals to EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 Z0 divided by Z2 plus Z0. And IA2 value is equals to minus IA1 into Z0 divided by Z2 plus Z0. IA0 value is nothing but minus IA1 into Z2 divided by Z2 plus Z0. These two equations are obtained with the help of the KCL, whereas the first equation obtained from the nodal analysis. Once I able to find out the sequence quantities, our job is to find out the fault current. Since fault occurred in B and C phase, hence IF is equals to IB plus IC. I'll take the same equation here. IF is equals to IB plus IC. IB is nothing but IA0 plus A square IA1 plus A into IA2, whereas IC is nothing but IA0 plus A into IA1 plus A square into IA2. These two equations are already derived in third model. After altering this equation, I'll get 2IA0 minus IA1 plus IA2. But I know that IA is equals to IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2, that's equals to 0. Hence, IA1 plus IA2 is equals to minus IA0. Let me substitute IA1 plus IA2 value as minus IA0 in this equation. I'll get IF is equals to 2 times of IA0 minus of IA0. Hence, I'll get 3 times of IA0. But I know the value of the IA0, that is IA1 divided by Z2 plus Z0. This equation holds good as long as neutral exists. If neutral doesn't exist, Zn becomes infinite. That is, neutral impedance becomes infinite. If neutral is not grounded, hence Z0 becomes Z0 plus 3Zn. Here Zn is infinite, hence Z0 also becomes infinite. If I substitute Z0 value here, that becomes 0. IF is equals to 0. Thus, it can be inferred that fault current in the system is 0 if the neutral is not grounded in the case of LLG fault also. So this completes the analysis of the LG fault, LL fault, and LLG fault. Now let us take some problems based on these three concepts. There's one problem like this. I'll read out the problem. A three-phase generator with an open circuit voltage of 400 volts is subjected to an LG fault through a fault impedance of J2 ohm. Determine fault current if Z1 is equals to J4 ohm, Z2 is equals to J2 ohm, and Z0 is equals to J1 ohm. Repeat the problem for LL and LLG fault. Let us take the before going for analysis of the problem, let us understand what exactly it says. Here there is one three-phase generator whose open circuit voltage is 400 volts. It is line voltage. It is subjected to LG fault. That means one line of faulted and it's grounded. So we need to find out the fault current in one line when Z1, that is positive sequence impedance, is J4 ohm, negative sequence impedance is J2 ohm, and zero sequence impedance is J1 ohm. We need to repeat the same problem for LL as well as LLG fault. Let us consider LG fault first. So we already derived this equation. This is our interconnection of the sequence network in case of LG fault. This is positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence, and this is your fault impedance. Since he has given fault impedance of J2 ohm, since there are three phases, hence Z3 ZF is equals to J6 ohm. So from that circuit diagram, I can access the information about IA1 as well as IA2 and IA0. IA1 is equals to IA2 is equals to IA0. That's equals to EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 plus 3ZF. Here Z1, Z2 and Z0 and 3ZF all are connected in series. In a series, we need to add the impedance to get the equivalent value of the impedance. Hence, EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 plus 3ZF. After substituting everything here, I'll get I1 as minus J17.765 ampere. The fault current equation in case of LG fault is IF is equals to 3 times of IA0. I know the value of the IA0, that is J17.765 ampere. After substituting IA0 value, I'll get IF as 53.295 ampere. Now let us consider second fault, that is LL fault. Since I0 and VA0 are 0 in case of LL fault, let us separate that zero sequence network. This is positive sequence network. This is negative sequence network. From that sequence network, I can access the information about IA1. IA1 is equals to IA2. That's equals to EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus ZF. After substituting VA value, Z1 value, Z2 value, and ZF value, I'll get IA1 as minus J28.87 ampere. Here the interesting thing is EA is 400 ampere, but while analysis I need to take the phasor voltage. In case of star fashion, I know that the phase voltage is equals to line voltage divided by root 3. I need to have that equation. This is IA1 value. The fault current equation can be given as IF is equals to root 3 times of IA1. Here I got I1 value. Let me substitute I1 value here. After that, substituting I1 value, I'll get IF as 50 ampere. Now let us take the third fault, that is LLG fault. Since in case of LLG fault, neither IA0 is 0 and VA0 is 0. Hence, let's have a sequence network like this. This is positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence. This is your neutral impedance, that is fault impedance. So I can get the value of the I1 is equals to EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 into Z0 plus 3ZF divided by Z2 plus Z0 plus 3ZF. After substituting Z1, Z2, Z0, I'll get I1 as J minus 41.57 ampere. Here I can get the value of the IA0, that is equals to minus I1 into Z2 divided by Z2 plus Z0 plus 3ZF. That's equals to J 9.24 ampere. We know that in case of LLG fault current equation is IF is equal to 3 times of I0. I know the value of the I0 value. Let me substitute I0 here. I'll get IF as 27.72 ampere. This is how we need to solve the fault analysis. In next video, we'll take the analysis of the fault with respect to impedance value. Thank you very much.